I know besides the Fred threes and all that, but the hustle plays back to back, Alpi coming back, Dylan, Steve. How much does that sort of charge this whole comeback?
Yeah, it was needed at that time. You know, we didn't play our best, obviously, and started to buckle down. I'd say the second quarter, obviously, we had a good second quarter for about 8 minutes, and then the end of the game when we needed to. You know, it was a close game, and felt like guys were getting a little down. And we look at the clock, we got 7 minutes left. You know, only down 7, and so it was huge to come up with those big plays. Guys were resilient tonight, and you know what I said to them is it's almost more satisfying to win it like this than the blowouts. You know, figure out how to get it done, go through some adversity, and win on nights when you don't play your best is more gratifying.
Dillon Brooks kind of gave a scoring punch there early in the fourth, but then kind of just his composure picked up that fifth foul and then went the rest of the way without fouling out. Even a couple Pelicans players fouled out after he got that fifth. Just what did you see from him down the stretch of this game?
Bringing his presence and physicality back. You know, what we talked about was adjusting to how the game was being called, and you know, technicals and ejections and all that, and like managing our emotions in that moment. And he did a great job. Obviously, got his fifth, and we trusted him to stay in and continue to play. And he did a phenomenal job, obviously, with some tough covers, Ingram and Williamson. You know, kind of barreling downhill, and he's taking the hits with his chest and guarding without fouling. So, phenomenal job by him. Loose balls, big rebounds at the end, and then obviously made a big shot as well. So, yeah, kudos to him for playing with 5, and we trusted him, and he made us a believer, obviously.
The back-to-back fouls that got Valanciunas out of the game, and then it seemed like Alpi, he missed the free throws, but then he was just going to the rim and getting to the foul line every time. Like, how big was that, too?
Yeah, it was huge. We knew he had 4 initially, but then he got that fifth, and we wanted to kind of go at him, and we didn't even get to the play that we wanted to, but Alpi just ripped it and got him on the perimeter, so it was big. Obviously, he's one of the main rim protectors, and obviously an offensive rebounder, some of the things he was doing, playing well off of Zion and the dunker, so it's big to get him out, and you know, we stayed aggressive, and then we started hunting some matchups with guys in foul trouble, and so did a good job, and it changed the game, obviously.
Can you talk about Alpi and just what you saw from him, the defensive effort, just, you know, that kind of, I guess, resilience he had tonight?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys did that. You know, the game was being called tight, and you know, we were an aggressive defensive team, and so some nights they're not going to call that. You can get away with a little more physicality, and then they're going to call it touch fouls, and which they did, and got some guys out of the game early. And they played through it. I don't think we played our smartest game tonight, but when we needed to, we had the effort. And for him, it was even bigger. You know, he has a sore ankle that he had to test out twice today, and for him to play through that and you know finish the game and finish on a high note with all those effort plays and diving on loose balls, obviously the scoring there, it's big time for him to play through that and see the success he can have, even when he's a little hobbled.
How big was it to have Fred VanVleet step up in the fourth quarter like he did?
Yeah, it was huge. Like I said, we were. It felt like at times we reverted a little bit back to too much one-on-one. Guys trying to do it by themselves when we got in the deficit, and he kind of calmed us down. We found the sets that we liked, and for him to kind of pick on matchups and either get his shot or find Alperen in the pocket, which was huge. And obviously it collapsed their defense, and we got some kick-out threes there. So, you know, not just the big shots that he made, but his toughness on ball. And he was really, other than us coaches, getting on guys a little bit, he was keeping guys composed and, you know, saying the same thing. We got a ton of time left. Let's just calm down, get the shots we want, and guard the way we're capable of.
What went into the decision to have Jeff Green close out this game?
His defense on Williamson, you know, he was really good there. You know, we wanted to switch Dillon over to Ingram, and we liked Jeff's defensive intensity on him, his focus, attention to detail. Even in the first half when Zion kept getting back to his left hand, we wanted to shade him right. Jeff was the guy that came in and kind of slowed him down a little bit. I think he had 14 in the first half, or 14 in the first quarter, 18 in the first half, and Jeff was a big part of slowing that down and only finished with 24, so 6-point second half, and just like the way to get Jeff Gardner.
I know you didn't get the rebound, but the possession with 15 seconds left, is that like as good well as you can defend that, forcing Ingram into that shot?
Yeah, I mean, we had some other plans and it didn't get communicated as well as we wanted to, so we got to be better in those end game situations. But yeah, I think you know, the contest was great. Obviously, it was almost like a verticality on the perimeter and just hands straight up, but we were switching a lot, and you know, got to come up with that loose ball. But you know, we did well enough to force it out of what they initially tried to do. I think they were trying to get a shot for Hawkins, and made him take a tough one.
What were you trying to do?
we were talking about fouling if, you know, we had the chance. Obviously, the 15 is a tough one where we want to take some time off the clock and then foul as they start to go into a move. But I think, like I said, we took away the initial action and then guys just guarded straight up there.
And just going back to those hustle plays there, Alpe's defense was never his best part of his game, and the extra effort plays like that. For him, on a game where he was hurting, I assume, and scoring, to make that play, what does that say about his growth?
Yeah, it shows he's buying. You know, he's been better, getting better all year, game by game. And like I said, to play through it, he could have, you know, made an excuse and not. But he said, if I'm going to play my minutes and play hard and continue to build and off of what he's been doing. And so, yeah, we love that side and the growth he's showing on the defensive end, let alone the hustle plays. But you know, he's a gifted offensive guy that's bought in on that end, and it's made a huge difference for our team.
And what does a win like this say about the fight of your team? I know you like to start strong, the hit first mentality, but y'all finish strong. What does that say about the fight?
Yeah, we can win not our best night. Whether it's offensively, defensively, we weren't our best either. Obviously, they got great players that can score the ball, and it's really those three guys that were scoring a lot. But you know, it's good to grind it out, and like I said, it's a little more gratifying to win it that way instead of blowout. You know, you want to build character and see guys in certain situations, and obviously they came up huge in the fourth quarter.
Was
In the past, when the offense struggled, the defense would also struggle. But it seemed like this season it's the complete opposite. The defense actually gets better when you're missing shots. What does that say about the team mentality?
Yeah, we know we can always rely on that end of the floor. Shots aren't always going to fall, and you're not going to play your best. And today, like I said, I don't think we played our smartest game. But we grinded through some of the calls and the touch fouls and continue to play aggressive. And Jerry Sloan has an old slogan that they can't call them all, so continue to be aggressive. And unfortunately, they didn't call them all.
We talked about Dylan Brooks, Fred, and Jeff Green. Does this game best summarize why veterans are important to a young team like the Rockets?
Yeah, I mentioned you know, Dylan playing through the fouls. You know, didn't play much at all in the first half, and then you know only got 21 minutes on the night, and you know comes up huge in the fourth quarter. Plays the whole fourth quarter with half of it with the fifth foul. So that's obviously experience to get through that. But then Fred just a calming presence and getting us into the sets. And you know when he wasn't scoring, obviously hit the big shots, but he was getting out the ball, getting guys the ball to obviously capitalize on some mistakes they made. So yeah, that's why they're here.
Was it part of your game plan to cycle so many defenders against Zion tonight, or was that just kind of a side effect of the switching scheme at times?
No, we kept our matchup for the most part. We had some coverage to keep matchups, but we know we have a good number of bodies to throw at them. I think part of it was obviously Dylan being in the foul trouble that we switched some matchups there. But when he's in, we have coverages to keep our certain guys on him, same way we did with LeBron James last game. And I think that we were doing that okay until the fouls came, and then from there we have enough guys that we can throw at them, give them different looks.
Thanks, Coach.